Welcome back, guys. Thank you for joining in again. I'm Brian, in case you didn't know. Thank you for joining the channel. Today, I have an interesting story. This one is about Zimbabwe. Again, yes, I talk about Zimbabwe a lot. That's where I was born. That's the country I truly love the most. So I'm talking about Zimbabwe again. So anyways, there's a news report that came out. Check it out. It says, Zimbabwe Central Bank warns against businesses not accepting new ZiG currency. They're still grappling with the public not having confidence in using the new currency, which is the ZiG. So for those of you who don't know what the ZiG is Zimbabwe's new attempt at creating a new currency to, curb inflation, because all the previous currencies we have had have experienced the same issue, the issue of hyperinflation, the issue of no one having confidence in it and people choosing to use US dollars or South African rands over the local currency. So the ZiG is essentially just short for Zimbabwe gold. So the currency is meant to be backed by gold and other minerals produced in the country, and or as well as foreign currencies like Forex, typically US dollars. So that's what we're talking about this today is the Reserve Bank of Zimbabwe is still trying to get people to trade more in the local currency, and they're still struggling to convince the public of that. This is not the first report that has reported on, the public not having the confidence in the new currency. This has just been an ongoing issue since its inception in April of this year. So one of the reasons why people have not had confidence in this new currency stems from the fact that when they initially released the initial amount of ZiG for the public to be able to use, they did it in such a way that they were just drip feeding the new currency to the market, as in there was a limited supply at banks for people to be able to withdraw and use in their day-to-day activities. They state that the reason why they've chosen to, slowly release it to the public is to curb inflation, right? As a way to just not print too much money and not allow it to, inflate and whatever. But all of this has kind of been slightly backfiring a little bit because there hasn't been enough of the supply to meet the current demand for it. Because when the new currency was released, everyone was essentially instructed to return all the physical cash they had of the previous Zimbabwean dollar to be able to get this new currency. This is why this report came out. The Zimbabwean Reserve Bank is not happy with what's been happening out there. So it turns out that some businesses and traders out there have not been allowing people to trade using the local currency, and there's still such a big demand for US dollars in Zimbabwe. Most people are obviously favoring that currency over the local one because of the fear of, well, if we go off and start using this new currency, why would it not do the same thing that the previous currencies have all done, which is tomorrow, if I withdraw this from the bank today, will it not lose value tomorrow? So I think that's the main thing that's in people's minds of, will this keep its value every single day, or at the very least consistently over a very long time? And this is why many businesses and traders have, not been really doing what they've been told to do, which is allow people to trade in the local currency. The other big issue why people still don't have confidence in it is the fact that there's so many other government agencies or institutes out there in the country that still prefer to receive payment via US dollars, and which all kind of just contradicts what the Reserve Bank of Zimbabwe is trying to do now and what they've been saying for a while now, which is they're trying to push more people to use the Zimbabwean dollar, but you're still allowing people to still trade in US dollars and other currencies. So another interesting fact that if you didn't know, Zimbabwe uses more than one currency within the country. whilst still also trying to promote its own local currency, which does not make sense to me. Why would you still have all the other currencies when you're still trying to promote this new one? You are not going to get the demand that you're expecting. So I think this is where some of the biggest challenges lie, is this fact. So I'll read you a quote from this article. It says the Zimbabwe Reserve Bank appealed to its citizens to report instances of traders and businesses refusing to do transactions at the rate of Zimbabwe gold, the ZiG, the country's newly launched currency, in an effort to tackle the rising menace of illegal foreign exchange trading. So that's another issue that they're currently facing as well, is obviously if someone is trading in other currencies, it seems like they're obviously, the incentive from I guess a capitalist point of view is to get as much money as you possibly can, right? So people are obviously not using the mandated exchange rate, which is like $1 buys 13.56 local Zimbabwean ZiG. So they don't seem to be doing that, and obviously the Reserve Bank of Zimbabwe is obviously trying to make sure that everyone is trading at that one particular rate. They're refusing to allow the markets to set its value. So they've decided on that 13.56 as the exchange rate, and they're just wanting everyone to trade at that particular rate. Interestingly, apparently, I guess over the last month or so, it says the ZiG has gained about 1.9% against the US dollar since its introduction. So it's just been a few months, and I guess apparently it's gained that 1.9%, which it seems quite impressive if that's true, because other currencies around Africa haven't been performing as well as this new one. But obviously this is still a few months into this new currency. Only time will tell if this new experiment will actually be the thing that will actually stick and perform the best over a long sustained period. The big issue they will continue to face really is all the illegal foreign currency exchanges that are there in Zimbabwe right now, and a lot of them have been obviously arrested in previous months and or chased away from the streets. But people always get very, very creative with how they want to do business. Some reports previously, some months ago, reported that all these illegal money traders, they started using WhatsApp to do business. So these people always find a way to get clever and to do their business and find their customers and, do whatever they want to do in terms of what exchange rates they choose to use with their customers. Their biggest challenge is trying to combat the illegal money traders, and as well as the fact that the amount of ZiG that's available for people to withdraw from their bank accounts, that seems to be the other challenge that they're currently facing. I really hope they fix this, because man, I think we've gone through maybe 4 to 5 different currencies at this point, and nothing has really stuck, and nothing has really cemented itself as being the thing to use that has true value and is long lasting, and people are able to transact on a day-to-day basis and not have to worry about that money not being worth what it was a month ago. So tell me what you think about this, guys. If you have any comments about this, please tell me. I'm interested to know what you all think about this, because I'm sure you have friends and family that are living in Zimbabwe. So we'd like to know what you think. Tell us your perspective, share your thoughts. And if you enjoyed this video, I'd like to see you again on the next one. As always, please subscribe if you haven't. I'd like to see you again. Thanks for watching. Until then, bye.